kids, how are you? Welcome to part 2 of my how-to series. Today we'll be talking about contouring. So contouring can basically give you any face shape that you want by doing a few simple little bits here and there. The first thing that we really need to talk about before we go into contouring is what sort of face shape you're trying to create. Most people who don't have an oval-shaped face are trying to create an oval-shaped face, and that's what we're going for here with contouring. An oval-shaped face, because it is the most symmetrical, is considered the ideal shape. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to minimize your most prominent features, accentuate your least prominent features, and give you the illusion of an oval. So let's talk about face shapes. Like I said, oval face shape is the ideal, so most face shapes are trying to achieve the oval look, so you can pretty much carry off anything that you want without having to contour or highlight. The next face shape is a round face. So a round face is fuller, and the characteristics are a little bit shorter, kind of wide, heavy cheeks, and a round chin. The next face shape is a square face. So a square face is the main characteristics are that your forehead, cheeks, and jaw are about the same, and you don't have much of a chin, so it's obviously going to be very square looking. Think Minnie Driver. That's usually like the quintessential square face because her jaw, she's very boxy shaped. Now that doesn't mean that you have to be as harsh as Minnie Driver's face to have a square face, but that's usually who I think of. The next one is a heart-shaped face. Now, heart-shaped face usually has a wide forehead, prominent cheekbones, and a really pointy chin. So it kind of goes in like a triangle sort of shape. Then you have a pear-shaped face. Pear-shaped face is going to be smaller at the forehead and then wider out at the chin and the jawline. And then there's also the long face. So a long face, you're going to have a prominent brow, a longer chin, and then a sharp, strong jawline. So it's very elongated. So those are your main face shapes. Now let's talk about how to contour those face shapes. Like I said, the oval face shape, you're pretty much good to go. Now a round face, okay, because your face is so wide and prominent, what we want to stand out most is right here down the center. So you want your forehead right here under your eyes and your chin to be highlighted. That way those stand out forward. What you're going to want to decrease or set back or contour is going to be right here along your temples, and then you want to blend your cheeks out and down. You want to blend that out, and then right here on your jawline. So you're blending all this down, so this is going to be decreased, and all this right here is going to be increased, so you're going to give the illusion, like I said, of an oval face. The next thing we'll talk about is the square face. So the square face, you're going to want to also highlight right here, center of your forehead. You want to bring that forward. You're also going to highlight right here under your eyelids, bring that forward as well. You're going to highlight a little bit on your chin, bring that forward. And what we're trying to decrease the most is right here on your forehead, because if you're square, you want this part to be oval shaped. So you're going to want to highlight around that to give less square shape, and you're also going to highlight right here along your jaw where that jaw part sticks out. So it's hard to see on me obviously because I don't have that face shape, but right here where your jaw is going to be sticking out a little more, you're going to decrease that, so again you have an oval face. Okay, for the heart-shaped face, because your chin is already pretty oval shaped because it's pointy, the thing that you're going to contour will be right here along your prominent cheeks and right here along your prominent forehead. The thing you're going to highlight always down here in the center, and then right here, right above your cheeks to make that stand out. And then also on your chin, because you usually have a really pointy little chin, so you want that to be prominent as well. On a pear-shaped face, your forehead's already going to be small, like an oval, so what we're trying to detract away from is your prominent cheeks and jawline. So I want you to go right here, down those cheeks, and along that jaw. Get all that part right there taken away. You're going to highlight the forehead, the under eyes right above your cheekbones, and then right here on your chin. If you have a long face, because your face is so long anyway, you don't want to highlight and you don't want to contour because it's only going to make your face appear longer. The best tip I can give you is take like a bronzer and apply that to your chin, because it will shorten that length off a little bit, and then apply a heavy cheek on the apples of your cheek. It'll help to like widen your face and also make it look a little shorter. Now, the next thing that I can recommend for you, it has nothing to do with your makeup, but bangs really do help with a short face. So get those cute, like, mod, flat, square bangs. Totally spruce up your look, make you look new, young. So I'm going to contour like I have a round face. Now, what you're going to use to contour is a shade darker than your foundation color. You don't want to go too dark, because then it's going to look like you were trying to contour your face. And trust me, you want this to be as least noticeable as possible. It should look like a natural shadow. Now your highlight should be a shade or two lighter than your natural color, and you can use something with shimmer if you want to, because shimmer has reflective particles in it. Those reflect off the lights in the room around you, and it projects out, so that's good. Alright, to apply my contour, I'm going to use a contour brush, which looks a little bit like this. Well, that's probably better there. Usually they're angled, and they're kind of thin, relatively thin. My brush, it's been through some pretty hairy circumstances, so it's a little ragged, but a tapered blush looking brush is usually what we use to contour. So I've mixed up a little powder here. That's about a shade darker than my foundation that I have on. It might be a little bit too dark, but we'll work with it. So because I have a rounder face, what I'm going to do is contour at my temples, and then I'll bring it down to my jaw. So temples, we're going to start right here at the temple, applying the most color. I'll blend that up, and then I'm going to blend it out around my cheeks and straight down my jaw. Now you want to make sure you really blend, because like I said, we don't want this to look like we actually contoured. We want this to look natural. Alright, so you can just see there's just an inkling of a shadow there. Now what we want to stand out more is, and for my highlight I'm using the Mineralized Skin Finish in New Vegas. It's a little bit lighter than my skin, and it's got a gold shine to it. So I'm going to apply that right here to my forehead. Not that my forehead needs any help being big, because it's humongous. So right there to my forehead, right here, right under my eyes on the top of my cheekbone. And then right to my chin. So the things we're highlighting is what we want to stand out. The things that we are contouring is what we want to fade into the background. And now there's lots of glitter flying around. I'm going to add just a little bit in here with the contouring about cheek application. Now, if your cheeks are receded and you want to have more prominent cheeks, you want to apply it here, right here on the center, on the apple of your cheeks. If, like me, you have an oval or a round face, applying them diagonally right here on the top of your cheeks, not directly on the apples here, will give you the illusion that your face is slimmer. So, picking a color and things like that definitely have to do with your skin type or with your skin tone. Darker, redder shades are going to be different. They're, I don't even know. I mean, that's just something that I'm not even going to attempt to have great knowledge about. Most knowledge I have is for my own skin, and I tend to favor either a really light pink color or a peachy color. Peachy shades are good for most skins, most skin colorings. If you want to know more, I suggest Google, and then also YouTube. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little bit of blush right now, just to show you how I apply my own blush. I'm going to use the Avon Color in Rose Glow. Now this is a darker pink. It's a little more of a natural blush color, a natural flush color. And I like the MAC 116 to apply my blush. Sometimes I use a Sonia Kashuk blush as well, or blush brush as well. So I apply it in downward strokes, in a circular motion to blend out, because circular always blends out better than a streaky line, but I apply it right above my contour. So we're blushed up now. I hope you learned a little bit, maybe a lot, maybe stuff you didn't know. Leave me a comment.